Okay. Hi guys. Oh no. Okay, ignore the couch. It's breaking apart right now. There it goes. That better? It's fine. It's fine. Okay guys. So you like my outfit? You like my outfit? Look at these leggings. Look at the booty. Hey. Bootylicious. Okay, juicy. What is it called? Juicy couture. Juicy couture. So, oh no, wait. I have to fix my hair. Oh, it's fine. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't know. I guess we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit of a rant. Like a talk, like a sit down video. I want to talk about something that's been like affecting me recently. I don't know, maybe you guys are in the same boat as I am. So I was thinking maybe I could talk about this with you guys. Kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. But I want to talk about grief. Yes, you heard me right. Grief. So I'm experiencing grief not because like I lost someone, but because I lost like, okay, so for some of you, I don't know who's watching this, I don't know, but I made a video like a while ago talking about how like I have schizophrenia and PTSD. So yeah, I wasn't born with it, obviously. My schizophrenia comes from my PTSD. But so I went in psychosis when I was about 16, and ever since then I've been struggling with it. It's been kind of like on and off, you know. Some days it's the schizophrenia symptoms, some days it's the depression, some days it's anxiety. And so I just kind of want to talk about that, like grieving yourself, grieving the person that I once was. And not that I was like particularly happy with myself back then, it's just I felt like, I don't know, like during that time when I was 16, like I was feeling a lot better about myself, you know. I was feeling more confident about myself and my abilities, and feeling really smart and feeling really pretty, and just like having friends around and stuff like that, you know, and having my family. And then we moved over here, and that was also during my psychosis too, so that's also a part of it too, you know, moving when you're having a really hard time mentally, you know. And so it's kind of a struggle trying to get to know yourself again, and it sucks because when you're someone that like plans your whole future, And sorry with the flies. The flies are everywhere. I'm not stinky. I just took a shower. Okay? um, they're like coming from behind me as if they're coming out of my booty. Anyways, enough booty talk. Stop. So what was I saying? Oh, okay. So when you're grieving, like when you plan for your whole future, and then like that's why you can't really plan for the future, because like you don't know where you're gonna end up. You don't know where you're gonna end up. And yeah, it's nice to plan for the future and be like, yeah, like I want to do this, and I want to go to school for this, and I want to get married, or have a family, or go to school for this or something, or have this job, have this career, or do this, like that's why you kind of just have to live in the moment and kind of appreciate and be grateful for what you have in the moment, and I was a kid when that was happening, so obviously I wasn't like my hormones were crazy, and I was everywhere. And when you kind of like don't really have as much advantages of people, and you're kind of born with disadvantages, in life, like with having like a dysfunctional family, or like that. You kind of I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, scratch that. Forget about that. No, but what I'm trying to say is that like you pause. Okay, yeah, okay. So when you are I have a scattered brain. Okay, I have a disability, okay? Bear with me. So, I look emo. Hi, guys. Don't ever say I'll make you try to stay. Baby, when they knock you down and out is where you ought to stay. And after all this time that you still love, you still look good for nothing, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so grief is a funny thing. And basically, I'm trying to be the opposite of grief. Whatever that is, because I guess I am experiencing the loss of a person. I'm experiencing the loss of myself, my old me. And what I was basically saying before was that, like, you can't really prepare for the future. Like, you can prepare for the future, but you never know what the future's gonna bring, and it just it's just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just trying to be the opposite of grief, and I don't know what that is. Having things that I want. The opposite of grief would be feeling secure, feeling something to think about, okay? So yeah, like I'm not good at advice. I'm still trying to figure this out myself. I'm 21 years old, and I'm still, it sucks because, when, like, when I was 16, I was planning on going to college and all that stuff, and having friends and a boyfriend, but that didn't turn out good for me, and I guess like I'm kind of mad at God for making that happen. But sometimes things are just what it is, and sometimes things don't really have a reasoning. Sometimes things don't have a meaning to them, and like, yeah, sometimes things don't have a reasoning or a meaning. Sometimes it's just the way life goes, you know? Life just, life's a bitch and then you die, you know? Like Nas said, you know? Or who said that? No, yeah, that was him. That was him. Yeah. So, life's I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that, and yeah. So I know this is kind of all over the place. I'm still trying to get used to everything. I guess I should have wrote notes for this, but it's fine. It's fine. We're raw dogging it, you know? We're raw dogging it. Half of it's because like I just like seeing what happens. The other part of it is because I'm lazy. So that's why I do it without anything. Sometimes I just like figuring it out myself. And sometimes I'm just like, no, I like doing it because I like doing things without like a list of like how you need to do them. I like being prepared. I like improv. But also I get anxiety. But also I get like really like anxiously excited for that stuff. But also because I was an anxious person growing up, I don't really know the difference between anxiously excited and anxiously anxious. You know? But yeah, grief, a rant. A rant about grief. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Well, I don't think I'm gonna end the video right now. But I don't know if there's anything else that I wanna say. Yeah. It's a work in progress, especially when you deal with like a mental illness, you know, or like anything, honestly. Like you have your whole plan figured out and then like all of a sudden it's like everything turns upside down. Like that's scary. That's scary, and like it's good to be prepared, but at the same time it's good to have like something that you want in the future, but then when that thing gets taken away from you, God's like, you're too comfortable? Let me just snatch that away from you. Snatch the weave. You know? Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of scary, but you know, that's just kind of life, and you kind of gotta make it what it gives you. Deal with the cards you've been dealt with, and kind of, that's why it's like, do you get comfortable? Like, is it good to be comfortable? Or like, is it like, what am I trying to say? Like, is it like good to prepare for the future? Like, it's good to prepare for the future, but also like live in the moment don't know, that's just a thought that popped into my head right now. Like, it's okay to be prepared for the future and like not prepared, but like more so like have goals and aspirations for the future, but then also remember that like some things never turn out the way you want them to, and also like just live in the moment, you know, live in the moment, take it all in, you know, take it all in, you know, take in all the glory and the be grateful and, you know, be kind to each other. And yeah, you know, but for real, I want to know what's the opposite of grief. What would that be? I guess I could Google search it, but still, I don't know what the opposite of grief is, but I want to find out what that is. I want to find out what that is quickly as possible, so I can crack the code to life. Okay, I'm gonna leave it now. Bye. I'm gonna eat my carrots. Or I got carrots. I got apples. So I'm gonna eat. I'll probably just eat my apples. I probably won't eat. You know, look at these. Dusty, musty, crusty. Did you get it? It's like white. Dry as hell. Anyways, bye.